It's a UAP podcast.
Podcast.
What are we at? 141?
That's 141. Yes.
141.
I can't believe that's so nuts. Almost 150. But I mean,
it's
I don't know. When do we lose count?
I lost count after like episode 18.
Oh, did you know Spotify got rid of episode 66? Something like that.
I did not know that. Why? Now tell me, why is that?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know why, but I mean, no, they did tell us that it was, but that's a long time ago, right? And it's weird because that was the one that they were putting as the trailer on Spotify, and then someone did a copyright strike. I appealed it, and they said, "Nope, you still have a copyright strike." Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Good to know we're getting taken down. That's actually a good sign of a of a good podcast when episodes are taken down.
They did reinstate episode 139 with Bitcoin Live when we covered the Luke crew because they used there was a copyright infringement for 10 seconds. I'm like, 10 seconds? I'm like, that's fair use. You can't and they actually reinstated it. So,
well, we love our guys over at Bitcoin Live, and we're really enjoying our partnership with them.
Yeah, definitely, man. They're great dudes, open-minded, great researchers. I mean, and they're so prolific. I mean, especially Nick. He's on so many shows, and he does so much work and collaborations. Cool dude, man. Very
my only complaint is, we have a Twitter or an X.
X,
like live chat, and it's always popping off while I'm at work, and I can't respond. And then I know. I try and I look at the chat when I'm off of work, and I can't even follow anything.
It's hard to catch up.
Yeah.
And Sid's great, man. Sid's hilarious. We're on the same wavelength with a lot of things. Anyway, great, definitely great collab. And check us out on their platforms. We'll be streaming there every other week, so twice a month we'll be on their platform. So yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah.
So yes,
awesome guys. We love them. We love them a lot.
So we are at episode 141. What's today? November 16th, 2025.
Oh God.
Thanksgiving is coming, man. It's Thanksgiving.
I have not gotten a official invite to the family Thanksgiving.
What? No. Are you sure? I was told you confirmed.
You need to text your mom.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna be there regardless, but
no, I know. It's funny she told me that you're coming.
Well, of course I'm coming.
I mean, yeah, but to me, I assume that means that she invited you and you responded, But that's funny.
It's not funny to me. I'm angry.
I know. Yeah, I would be if I was in your place, and that sucks, man. And don't worry, I'll let her know. You hear that, Mom?
Yeah. Hey, Auntie, come on. What are you doing? Get it together.
All right. I'm sure this is really boring for the rest of the listeners here. So now what we're covering today, like Air Force, 1940s, 1950s Air Force UFO chases and that whole debacle. There was a lot of them, but a couple do stand out. So we'll do those. But it was during the Cold War. It was after World War II. I guess it was a very paranoid, heightened state of affairs. But it's just crazy to read. And it was really before they got down the secrecy, right? Because this is when there were still people in the government were leaking things to the press, and the media was actually interested in covering this, unlike after the 60s where they just locked it down once the 60s came, I feel, and
absolutely.
It's just been pushed deeper and deeper. Well, now tell us about we've got some feedback about the songs on the show. Some not very popular, and some might be too long. So
I have a lot of things to say. First of all, that is I have need to know Adam.
Oh yes, hey everyone.
I am TikTok Topher. That has nothing to do with actually TikTok. I just thought that was a funny name. But anyway, we got some complaints that the intro song was too long. And so I wrote a new intro song that is hopefully short enough for our ADD audience.
Yeah, so let's do that and we can start the show afterwards.
Yeah, perfect.
It's the UAP podcast, but the P already stands for podcast. Is this short enough? UAP,
Yeah.
All right, assholes. Is that short enough?
It's the UAP podcast, but the P already stands.
Good job. Good job. Exactly. Let's see. Let us know. Is that good enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough?
Please send us your most absurd, ridiculous comments. And also, we should stop being so petty. we need to, let comments like that just slide off our backs.
Absolutely. But we do take them seriously, and I mean, a lot of them we do let them slide, but some we're like, yeah, they're probably right, and we'd like to experiment and see what works, what doesn't work. It's that's why having data is so important. We can't really guess. It's fun to speculate, but it's best to do things with data.
I love that music video you put together. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's just the song. I get it. So we can do it. I can do something similar to another song that you wrote, and it's just that one had that whole like that sound. But I guess I can always add it to something else. Anyway, let's get into this.
Let's get into it. The Thomas Mantell incident.
Yep, Mantell incident.
A turning point for alien research.
So here's a plaque, right? It looks like an official.
It looks
plaque.
like his
grave.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like his gravestone.
We don't have to read that. We can go into, but yeah. So I mean, it is an event that warranted something like this, where the state of Kentucky put up this this plaque here. Oh, buried. Oh, it is. You're right. National Cemetery. Oh, okay, so it is a plaque on his grave. All right.
Yeah, our viewers can go ahead and pause the episode and read that whole thing, because we're not gonna.
Yeah, no. And I think it's just a summary really of what happened. It was very early on, by the way.
1947.
Yeah, or I think it was 48. Yeah, the Thomas Mantell. So it was like a year after Roswell, basically.
On July 8th, 1947, a UFO crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. Official Air Force explanation was that a weather balloon had come down, which I think we've thoroughly debunked.
Yeah, right.
183 days later, another weather balloon would result in a crash, this time of an Air Force pilot in hot pursuit. Weather balloons in 1940 were very dangerous, it seems.
Oh, they love their balloons, even today.
Yeah.
It's such a great one, right?
The Thomas Mantell incident, telling indeed. The Thomas Mantell incident is important to UFO history. At the time, arguments related to UFO sightings tended to lean in the direction of a fad. Some believed that the sighting of UFOs were delayed traumatic reactions following World War II.
Oh, PTSD.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Others believe the sightings were to be the effect of mass hysteria related to the Cold War. Jesus Christ. And McCarthyism. I mean, good God.
Yeah, so people were so traumatized by the end of World War II and the Cold War. They were just seeing stuff in the skies.
Yeah, of course. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Still others believe that the increase in UFO sightings are the result of human advances in aerospace. The belief holds that the two things are happening. One, the rapid acceleration of human achievement has gotten the attention of superior life forms, which are scattered the planet more often in times past. Again, we've covered this on the show many times. UFOs have been around for centuries.
Yep, and they always show up. Important events, or when something that's important to human history, they show up as well.
Yeah, ancient Romans were writing about them.
Yeah, yep, and Egyptians
and Egyptians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, technology has allowed humans to better record alien encounters. Whatever the case, the Thomas Mantell incident was important in many ways.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Captain Thomas F. Mantell was a seasoned pilot, having entered the Air Force during World War II. He had clocked more than 2,000 hours flight time and had participated in the Battle of Normandy. All right, so this guy, was a serious pilot.
Yeah, he's
Most
legit.
important, the UFO was not one which Captain Mantell just happened upon, but rather had been spotted independently by people on the ground. Mantell was one of 4 Kentucky Air National Guard pilots initially responding to a radio communication to investigate a large circular object about 300 feet in diameter. Although ground witnesses had been watching the object for nearly half an hour, once the F-51D Mustangs arrived, it suddenly shot upwards at an incredible speed. One pilot had just left off the pursuit because he was low on fuel. The remaining 3 pilots took their aircraft into a steep climb in pursuit of the object. Mantell's wingman, Lieutenant Albert Clements, left off the chase because his oxygen supply was low, and Lieutenant Hammond left off at 22,500 feet. Mantell continued the chase and ultimately fell from the sky, crashing near Franklin, Kentucky.
Wow.
This case was especially powerful because it was the first confirmed instance wherein a pilot giving pursuit of an unidentified flying object crashed during the event. Nationwide, people became fixated on the fact that Mantell crashed while chasing a UFO. Some believed he was shot down by advanced technology. No one suspected pilot error.
Oh man.
And here's the thing here, and this is why, and you'll see. I mean, it's not like he wasn't chasing something serious, but it's likely it didn't shoot him down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's what it
mean,
looks like.
I think I know what a P-51D is. I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a turboprop.
Yeah, exactly. And we just didn't have the technology back then to fly that high.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's still in the 40s. 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Thomas Mantell, pilot error. Although the Air Force initially stated that the pilots were giving chase to Venus. Oh God, here we go again.
Yeah.
They eventually provided a better story. Captain Thomas Mantell flew too high.
Mhm.
He ran out of oxygen and passed out at the controls. That part is not completely out of that. No.
Agreed.
Like
Yeah.
the chasing Venus thing, that's really, really stupid.
That is
But
stupid.
flying too high and running out of oxygen in this time period, that's not out of question.
Agreed. Yeah, we just didn't have the technology back then to go that high, unless they had the oxygen. But apparently, he didn't have any. He wasn't prepared to go that high, basically.
Right. He ran out of oxygen and passed out of the controls. This caused his aircraft to spiral out of control and crash. The object he and the other pilots were chasing was a Navy Skyhook high-altitude balloon. Oh my God. This had to be the explanation because Venus was too small.
They're like, all right, we can't do Venus. Let's just make it a balloon.
This had to be the explanation because Venus was too small in the sky to fit in the story. Official story complete. Yet, this explanation fails to explain why a seasoned combat pilot would have mistaken a weather balloon for something worth chasing to high altitude. It fails to explain the object's circumference provided by eyewitnesses on the ground. From Owensboro to Irvington, Kentucky, nor does it explain the descriptions of witnesses at the Air Army Field in Clinton County, Ohio, who were among those calling for a closer look when the aircraft were assigned to task.
Damn, man. I mean, it is weird, it's just, and we know at this time, this is after the National Security Act, so they've taken this stuff seriously. This is after Roswell, so they know disinformation or counterintelligence.
Yeah,
it looks like that's what they're doing, right? That's all for the Venus story. Everyone's like, oh, come on, Venus. All right, fine.
I just it's such a bullshit story. Like, I I mean, this is a pilot, a trained,
2,000 hours
military pilot.
Yeah.
You really think he was chasing Venus? Like that's what they're gonna go with?
Yeah, exactly. And he was in Normandy as well. So he survived that, and then back home he was just being an advanced pilot, and he's not gonna chase after a
The
balloon
Northern
either.
Star.
Yeah, or the balloons. Like, don't worry, guys, I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah. Such a dumb excuse.
It really is. It makes people look stupid, or they really think we're dumb. We're like, oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna. And 4 people were with him. One had to. They would have stayed with him actually if they didn't have problems.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't on his own. It's and if he was chasing the planet Venus, I feel like one of his co-pilots would have been like, "Hey,
oh yeah,
that's Venus."
Right? Come on, man. That's yeah. What's wrong with you? That's just a planet out there. And the thing is, they I don't know if it says it here, but the researchers did say yes, Venus could have been, but the circumstances have to be perfect. Like the sky has to be perfect, and anyway, it would be obvious. You wouldn't just be chasing it.
Yeah, I remember, when I saw the planet Venus, it came down and landed, on the beach where I was at, and then it flew away. And I went, man, that's crazy. The planet Venus is doing some wild things right now.
It is nuts. It comes and illuminates the local area that you're in, right? And then and it just pulls back and goes right where it was in orbit around the sun.
Yeah, totally. It's super weird.
The most important contribution of the Thomas Mantell incident. Perhaps the single most important contribution to alien research resulting from the Thomas Mantell incident is public support. UFO sightings are on the rise. Just a few months earlier, one crash landed in the New Mexico desert. Now, a UFO appeared to have shot down a U.S. Air Force pilot. Well, I don't think it's shot down. That is unacceptable, according to this is from the Roswell UFO Museum. Yeah, the public became interested in UFOs to a much stronger degree than they had before, which is true. Instead of the idea that alien visitors would be friendly, the possibility that they could have less than friendly motives for visiting planet Earth arose. Suddenly, UFOs were no longer the fancy of a few, but the concern of many. Today, interest and belief in life outside. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. Now, it's hard, really, to say if it was shot down or not, right? That's like the that's the conjecture or the speculation. But there's not much. Yes, there's proof that he crashed. There is that. He was still in the cockpit when they went to when they found him, and I don't think there was no bullet holes. There was nothing that showed something hit him.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like he went up too high during the days that we didn't have the technology for that, and passed out and crashed. But he was chasing a real object that was on radar, that witnesses on the ground saw, and maybe they would love to use this as an excuse that they're hostile and that we need to go after these things and shoot them down, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Hey, have we talked about Valiant Thor on the show?
I think so. I don't think we've done a deep dive on it, but but we've talked about maybe a few times.
I would love to do a deep dive. For those of you who are listening, who don't know what I'm talking about, and if you're listening, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah.
Valiant Thor was an alien from the planet Venus, who hung out with the president at the time.
He did in the Pentagon. He was right. The Pentagon had him.
Yes, and the Pentagon. There's pictures of him, but he just looks like a guy.
Yeah. Right, like a '50s guy, exactly, with the hair and the cigarette.
Yeah.
It's a cool story.
It's a cool story. I just watched what's his name over at the Y Files has a really good episode on him.
He does. Oh, okay, I'm sure he debunks him because there's a lot of weird stuff in there.
He definitely debunks him.
Okay, cool. So this is in 1952, only 4 years after. We see this is research of Richard Geldrick. He goes through newspapers, looking for keywords, and he found shoot down in a lot of these after what happened with Mantell.
Yeah, this is back when newspapers were a thing.
Yeah, and they really they cared more for this subject.
They did,
really
man.
covering it. Yeah, they really did. And then a clampdown happened. It was like an order also from the Air Force. The whole tyrannical shit. I mean, it probably started late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
They wanted to really clamp down on this. But here's one. It says shoot down saucers, jets told. This is in Tuesday, July 29th, 1952, Pittsburgh Sun Telegraph.
Which I'm sure is not around anymore.
Right. Exactly. And I think this is what it's talking about. We're not going to whoops. Yeah, we can't read that, but it goes flying disc. Oh, U.S. probing flying discs over Capitol. Okay.
And then the other story is crime for thrills. Life ends for wife of brain burglar.
Didn't you love that? I did that in newspapers. I think they still do. And then you read it. You read it on page whatever afterwards, right?
I'll be honest. This is going to lose us some listeners. I don't think I've ever read a newspaper.
Oh my god, you're such a millennial.
It's all on Facebook nowadays.
I mean, yeah, that is the truth. I mean, when was the last time I read the newspaper? Like, really, I would say 10 years ago. Yeah, probably 10 years
10
ago.
years ago, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like, I'm 34 now, so yeah, I don't think newspapers were. I mean, I think I remember my dad reading newspapers when I was a kid, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah, at breakfast,
Yeah.
Especially now we're on our phones, all of us at breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
So he found some other also in 1952 with shoot them down.
Yeah, it seems like the U.S. Military, like that was their standing orders.
Exactly.
If you see a UFO, shoot it down. Shoot it down.
Exactly. See, and they called them flying saucers still back then. Trying to tell them to shoot them.
Yeah,
down.
I mean, the term UAP is relatively new.
Yeah, but no, even UFO, like they didn't use UFO. Yeah, but it started out as flying saucers, and then it went into unidentified, UFOs, and then it's morphed so much over the years. Oops.
Yeah.
And then one more. There was an opinion which I think was interesting that this guy was saying. No, we're not going to read the whole thing. The hired man. I guess this was. Wait, does he give us context here? No. I guess the hired man, because it's signed off the hired man. So he might be like a famous.
Sure. Is this Men in Black territory?
Oh, the hired man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that, huh? Interesting. Flying saucers. So this guy goes, these objects are the result of many, many years study and experiment by people from another planet, which is much older and more highly civilized than the Earth. That their effort is prompted by a great desire to communicate with this planet and to give us the benefit of their many years of experience and research that this planet is trying to tell us how to stop war and give us many more secrets, which would make this planet a much more pleasant place in which to live. That every effort should and will be made to assist them in establishing a direct communication, and that this will soon be accomplished. We should stop at once trying to shoot them down. So we still kind of have the same discourse today, that we want to stop these wars and violence, and I mean, humans just hate these wars and this violence. Like we do. Enough is enough, and we've been talking about it for a long time. And it's just the few of us, these violent few, these psychopaths, sociopaths, have gained even more power.
Yeah,
in I
mean,
society.
They absolutely love it, and they keep getting rich off of it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's just way too profitable. To kill humans.
Yep.
So I mean, that was happening in 1952, and then this happened in 1953. is the Kinross UFO incident. Have you heard of this one?
I have not actually.
So this is not a long summary at all. This is just a very quick snippet of what it was. There's a video that we can go. Some videos we can go through that talk more about it. But it was.
I don't.
Yeah, but it was. Huh? You don't want to read.
You said you got videos, and I said I don't want to read this.
Okay, but this is just quick. Yeah, see, it's not that. It's not that long.
Yeah, no, it's not long at all.
But this is the 1953 Kinross UFO incident.
Just as frightening as the Mantell incident, though more bizarre and less publicized, was a fatal encounter that occurred on November 23rd, 1953, over Lake Superior.
Yeah.
That evening, as Air Defense Command radar tracked an unidentified target moving at 500 miles per hour over the lake, an F-59C all-weather jet and interceptor from Kinross AFB Air Force Base took off in hot pursuit. Radar operators watched the aircraft close in on the UFO, and then something fantastic happened. The two blips merged and then faded on the screen, and all communication with the interceptor ceased. An extensive land and water search found not a trace of the two men, not a trace of the craft, nor the two men aboard it. Pilot Lieutenant Felix Moncla Jr. and radar observer R.R. Wilson, Lieutenant R.R. Wilson. Unlike the Mantell incident, the Kinross case attracted minimal newspaper coverage. Also, unlike Mantell, Kinross has never been satisfactorily explained. Later, after aviation winter, Donald E. Kehoe broke the story in his best-selling The Flying Saucer Conspiracy from 1955. The Air Force insisted that the UFO had proved on investigation to be a Royal Canadian Air Force C-47. The F-89C had not actually collided with the Canadian transport plane, but something unspecified had happened, and the interceptor crashed. Aside from implying woeful incompetence on the radar operator's part, this explanation, in quotes, still the official one, flies in the face of the Canadian government's repeated details that any such incident involving one of its aircraft ever took place.
Yeah, denials. Yeah, they denied that took place. Maybe out of embarrassment, who knows, or maybe because they don't.
No, I mean,
it's a cover story and they don't want to.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like the American Air Force, came up with some sort of story.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna."
It was the Canadians. Blame Canada. Canada.
So Lake Superior, what is it? Is it cut in the middle between U.S. and Canada, or something like that?
Actually, that's a really, really good question. The Great Lakes up in northeastern United States, southwestern or southeastern Canada, they have a lot of UFO sightings.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weird things that happen there.
There's definitely bases down there. I mean, they're big enough. I remember it looks like an ocean. They're so huge. I can't believe they're lakes.
Yeah, they're massive.
Yeah, unbelievable. And if land is so cheap around there, and there's so much all that water, it's going to be worth so much money. Anyway, so in 1958, Kehoe got hold of a leaked Air Force document that made it clear that officialdom considered the Kinross incident a UFO encounter of the strangest kind. The document quoted these words from a radar observer who had been there. It seems incredible, but the blip apparently just swallowed our F-89. The following year, in conversations with civilian ufologists Tom Comella and Edgar Smith, Master Sergeant O.D. Hill of Project Blue Book, confided that such incidents, he claimed Kinross had not been the only one, had officials worried. Many, he said, believed UFOs to be of extraterrestrial origin and wanted to prevent any interplanetary Pearl Harbor. Cornelia subsequently confronted Hill's superior, Captain George T. Gregory, at Blue Book headquarters. Gregory looked shocked, left the room for a short period, and returned to state, quote, Well, we just cannot talk about those cases, close quote.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened over the Great Lakes. Me as the American public, I would love to do, like a deep dive, like literally, like I want to know what's going on at the bottom of those Great Lakes. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love that.
Yeah, Jesse Michaels did a show with that Swedish explorer. He looks for treasures and stuff, and he found that UFO down at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. I didn't finish the interview. Really good so far. And we need someone like that can just get in a boat, use sonar or whatever to just map the bottom of. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be cool. The problem is, and again, I've been binging the Wild Files recently, and the thing is,
recently only, huh?
Well, this past week, but and it might even be this guy, but basically it's hard to get funding for stuff like that because there's no return on investment. So basically you're asking for money and you go, hey, you're not going to get anything back.
Right. This Swedish guy, he gets it from universities. So it's for educational reasons. So they're not really looking for a return on investment. It'd be nice if a university does the same thing here. It's for science. The science. All right. So here's a quick clip from sightings. And then there's another clip. He goes through the story in detail, which is good as well.
The Kinross Incident occurred on November 23rd, 1953. When a target was tracked at Kinross Air Force Base. An F-89 was sent to pursue this fast-moving, unidentified object that was being tracked on radar.
What was observed on radar was the merging of the blip of the F-89 with the blip of the UFO until only the UFO was left. It appeared to the control tower as if the F-89 and its pilot had simply been swallowed up into oblivion.
I talked to a pilot who was on that base in 1953. And he told me there were two schools of thought. One was that the aircraft went intact into the lake, and because it went intact, it sank with no wreckage being seen on the surface. The other school of thought, the much larger school of thought, was that the flying saucer took it. That case is not in the Project Blue Book files. You would expect it to be there. The only reference in the Project Blue Book files is a note that this was not a UFO sighting, but it is in fact an aircraft accident, debunking the entire UFO phenomenon.
An aircraft accident is what they said.
Yeah, man, that's what they always do.
Yeah. Hey, why did this reset? It's like my browser's trying to save bandwidth, so it just resets everything.
They're on to us.
I'm trying to get what the hell. Okay, I think we can start here.
A couple hours after sunset on November 23rd, 1953, Air Defense Command ground intercept radar operators at Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, identified an unknown radar signal over Lake Superior, around 160 miles northwest of Kinross Air Force Base. An F-89 Scorpion fighter jet was scrambled from the base at approximately 6:22 p.m. to intercept the unknown target. In the cockpit was First Lieutenant Gene Moncla, while Second Lieutenant Robert Wilson operated the radar. For 25 minutes, the jet raced out across Lake Superior. At 6:47 p.m., Lieutenant Moncla was advised by ground control to descend from his cruising height of 30,000 feet down to 7,000 to begin the interception. As the cloud layer topped out between 4,000 and 7,000 feet, the two lieutenants would have been dropping out of the cleared night sky to just above the cloud tops. At about 6:52, ground control advised them to turn to a heading of 20 degrees and indicated that the unknown aircraft would now be almost directly ahead at 11 o'clock, 10 miles away. Lieutenant Moncla responded in the affirmative. And this is where things get very strange. Ground control gave Lieutenant Moncla another clock and range report, along with the information that the bogey should now be passing through their line of sight from port to starboard. No response came. At the ground control station, the radar operator watched as the two blips grew closer and closer on the screen until finally they seemed to merge together into one. Then, the jet's radio signature disappeared while the unknown crafts continued on its way, seemingly uninterrupted. Gene Moncla, Robert Wilson, and their jet were never seen again.
Yeah, man, that's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. But maybe they're hanging out on planet Serpo and having a good time. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this guy did a lot of research. I think he's a Canadian researcher, and Gord Heath. This is a really. I mean, he did a lot of work. He even wrote the Canadian Air Force asking for FOIA documents, and they didn't admit it, but they finally did admit something was over Lake Superior that they had, and he even contacted the pilots, and they said that they were there, and that they said that the U.S. Air Force contacted them and asked them if they ever saw the airplane, the jet, the U.S. jet, and they said no, we never saw it.
Huh.
Yeah. So
wow,
it's just really weird. So there was a Canadian flight over there, but it seems like it was probably used as a cover story, because if they crashed and why would the blip merge? Okay, the blip can merge. This is still the 50s. Radar, is not perfect. It's not going to really see distinctly if someone's really close. But the transponder was gone. Right? It was turned off.
I mean, those damn Canucks are at it again, stealing our airplanes.
Yeah, maybe they took it and they're reverse engineering it.
No, I don't think Canada has that technology quite yet.
No,
but
we're very close to them.
Yeah, I do think in this case, I think they were working with the U.S. government just to do what governments do, deny that there was a UFO flying over Lake Superior.
Yeah, and and here's a summary of Donald Kehoe in his book, The Flying Saucer Conspiracy. For was the F-89 captured by a flying saucer? So the basis for this theory can be summarized as follows: Donald Kehoe was woken by a phone call on the night the F-89 was lost and told of a rumor at Selfridge Air Force Base that the F-89 was lost after, quote, colliding with a flying saucer. Then the U.S. Air Force provides contradictory explanations for the intercept, suggesting a possible cover-up of the alleged UFO encounter.
Mm-hmm.
An aerial search of Lake Superior and the Lake Superior coastline provides no trace of the F-89 or crew. Kehoe and a friend discussed the disappearance of the F-89 after it merged with an alleged UFO and the lack of any wreckage, and conclude one possible explanation for was that the F-89 and crew were captured by the UFO.
Yeah. They got.
They got the got. Hey, are they in Spielberg's movie Close Encounters? Are they one of the guys that come out of the UFO? I remember this pilot that came out of there.
When's his UFO movie coming out? Sorry,
I think early next year.
Okay, I can't
wait. Disclosure, yeah, and Age of Disclosure is coming out in
I think
a couple of days.
Yeah, week. I was gonna say I think it's just this month.
Looking forward to it. I'm watching it because you have to just watch. It's really high level guys, but I don't trust any of those guys.
Yeah,
Rubio, Clapper. What I mean? Yeah, but still,
that's the problem. I mean, it's great that we're getting more, mainstream UFO stuff, but the downside is we're getting it from, government people who cannot be trusted. So
very
it's
corrupt guys, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, man, Rubio is something else. He's very powerful, huh? I mean, he's national security advisor and the head of the State Department. And another thing, he's got 3 high level, which I don't think has happened before. Or maybe it has. I'm not an expert. So to this day, we don't know who it was who phoned Donald Kehoe and alerted him about the rumor that an F-89 had been lost after colliding with a flying saucer. Well, not colliding. I mean, obviously it was taken.
Well, I can put that rumor to rest. It was me. I made the phone call.
You called him up?
Yeah. I said, hey, Kehoe, what's up, man? Good morning. There's been a UFO sighting over Lake Superior. Get your ass out of bed.
Kehoe's a cool guy, man. I like his old interviews. I mean, he tried hard. His books are good too, and he was highly connected. And his board was full of ex-military, ex-CIA. He had some really top guys on his board. So weird to say. I mean, some people say that his organization was used for misinformation, but I'm. I mean, yes, you could do that. I think it was too early on, and just looking at him, he really despised the secrecy. Like you can just see his frustration, the frustration in him in those interviews. He was just so frustrated. And he kept saying like they treat us like children. They don't tell us the truth, and it's still true to really. So I mean, it's hard because this guy did a lot of research, as like I said, and there were some targets and some Canadian planes over Lake Superior that day. But was that what happened? I mean, how come there's no wreckage? That's the thing. Even this type of thing, when there's no wreckage, that's what's fueled everything with MH370, right? And what happened with that Malaysian airline?
Yes,
we still can't find all the wreckage. Yes, they say some of the wreckage has showed up, but where's everyone? Where's all the luggage? Where's it was a huge plane, I think, right? 777 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's what that's what really fuels these things. And Lake Superior is not the ocean. Yes, it's big, but we should have found something by now.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I mean, I really wish they would do a deep dive / radar, whatever, of all of the Great Lakes.
I mean, some billionaires are cool like that. They would fund these things, but they because it's privately funded. It's probably that's why it's kept a secret. Well, you can't FOIA that stuff.
And again, it goes back to how do I make money off of this? And billionaires, millionaires, whatever, they're not going to fund something unless they get money back.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's just how it works. It is. I mean, that's how billionaires at least think. That's why they're That's why they're billionaires.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, if I'm going to put money in this, how much money am I going to get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So and that's what happened with Kinross. He concludes here. He goes, Donald Kehoe also stated that Frank Edwards had interviewed 2 pilots of the Canadian airliner, which had supposedly been observed in restricted airspace over the locks. They had reportedly stated unequivocally that they had not violated this restricted airspace. Are there any records of this interview? Who were these pilots? We know that this does not refer to the pilots of the RCAF C-47, as they were only contacted by the U.S. Air Force and asked if they had seen the lost F-89. They were certainly not interviewed by Frank Edwards. So he's talking about other pilots then. Curiously, the allegation that the F-89 alert was caused by an incursion of an aircraft over Sioux locks never seemed to make it into any newspaper archives. I can't imagine that these archives have been tampered and falsified, so it is rather odd. I wonder if Richard Geldrick has found anything on that, since he's so obsessed with newspapers and UFOs.
It's again, like I said earlier, I think it's Canadian government and U.S. government working together to suppress UFO knowledge. That's all.
That's what it looks like in this case. And, the Canadians are very close to us. We share a very long border. NORAD is a joint operation with Canada, right? So they're in Cheyenne Mountain.
They're looking there.
Yeah. And wait, it's in Wyoming, but Wyoming isn't Cheyenne, isn't NORAD in Wyoming, right?
I think you're right.
And it doesn't border Canada, which anyway, but it is a joint thing because it protects both. How come the Mexicans aren't in there? They don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to be nice and just say because they're not an English speaking country, and we have the 5 Eyes Agreement, which are the English speaking nations, right?
Right.
U.S., England, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa. Yeah.
And for the record, Canada is barely English speaking. They're mostly French. Sorry, I apologize. That was supposed to be a joke.
Our listeners in Quebec will love that you said that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my! They have like these laws about signage where the French has to be bigger than the English. So like KFC is like Le Poulet.
Is that right?
I think, yeah, and it has to be bigger. At least when I lived there, it was like that. And then the English would be much smaller.
Hey, love you, Quebec.
Yeah,
Quebec.
yes.
I don't know
Quebec.
how to pronounce it.
Quebec. It's
Quebec.
Quebec. Marielle, their accent's so cool. You know, it sounds different than like the French because it sounds American English, because apparently they evolved, their language evolved. The French and the English, their language evolved while the North Americans didn't. So it's the both American and French Canadians sound the same. It's like yeah like that.
Mm-hmm.
While theirs is more Chauncey and cool. Apparently, the American accent is the Shakespearean accent. Did you know that?
Is that right?
Yeah, this is how it sounded in Shakespeare's time. Look it up, or audience, look it up. Prove me wrong.
Okay, all right. So what do you have? What do you have here?
This is hilarious. So you know how we have these drones all over Europe, right? And they're like, oh, we can't shoot them down. And there got to be Russian drones. So this is a clip of a Ukrainian helicopter pilot shooting down a Russian drone, an attack drone. So the question is, well, if they can do that to this, why aren't they shooting down the other drones, quote unquote drones, which we know are not drones? These are drones. Oh, wait, we want to hear this.
Right. A minigun? Oh wow. Oh
Yep, exactly. So explain that, people. Why don't we have these guys up there shooting down these drones? It goes on for hours and hours. Send them up if you can. It's because they can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember during Biden's term, you know, we had to scramble F-22s to shoot down Chinese balloons.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right. You know,
that's a big explosion.
Huge. Yeah.
This thing has a freaking minigun on it, and then oh man, I mean,
Gatling guns are so crazy, man. What an invention!
And then
boom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, crazy stuff. So Europe, if it really is Russian drones, look what Ukraine's doing. So stop complaining, and go out and shoot them down. But obviously,
all they have to do is just get funding from the United States taxpayer.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're always the last, or we're the bank, we're the ATM of the world. Not for the American people, of course, for the world though. Right. Yeah. Crazy stuff going on in politics as well.
Yeah. Oh man. Are we gonna get into that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We will.
Okay, great.
All right. So Lacatski, who is the head of OSAP, which was the Defense Intelligence Agency program to study UFOs, went unweaponized for, I think we played last week's episode. But here, it's funny. It's always about money, is what I want to say. And, he might be right. I remember hearing about the 22 million OSAP thing a long time ago. I'm like, 22 million? Mm-hmm. This is after knowing they've stolen 21 trillion, right?
Yeah.
For these projects. I was like, what the hell is 22 million? So Lacatski, anyway, is saying, if you want to study this subject seriously, you need a lot of money. Yeah, duh. But,
or you just need like a telescope in your backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Or like Avi Loeb wants, he wants $1 billion to fund his Galileo telescope project.
Yeah, of course.
Just $1 billion. Yeah, of course he'll get it though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He
will
get it.
I don't want to get the episode pulled, so I'll say nothing.
Right. We can, and we can tie it into what's going on, but yeah.
It's always been there. And the thing is that if there's someone trying to teach us something, they must be just shaking their heads by now, just saying, man, these guys are stubborn. They just don't get it. So the thing is but what to get? We have to figure that out. But you need money to do some of that. You can't just say, back during the contract, there was a good argument for I don't want to call it the Department of the Paranormal, but something that got more than a measly $22 million. Let's divert 100 million. Let's divert 150 million. By the way, those were the plans. Senator Reid was going to move up very high, and expand in the same way. We weren't going to chase flittering UFOs all around the countryside, because you saw that I think you're reading between the lines, for example, in Brazil.
So yeah, there's a Lacatski saying that Senator Reid wanted to go, 100 million, 150 million, and Department of the Paranormal, he called it.
Yeah, it's the X-Files.
Wouldn't that be crazy if we actually did have an official? I mean, that's what Arrow is supposed to be in a way.
I'm sure we do have that. I mean,
right.
Look at if you look at the past, like the CIA was doing, mind control and shit.
Remote viewing.
Yeah. I mean, stuff like that. I'm sure we still have those kind of programs up and running.
MK Ultra. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Also, where's Grush nowadays? I haven't heard thing one about Grush. And
yeah, he's advising Burleson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Representative Burleson, and the last thing we heard is that he wanted to serve a subpoena to Elizondo, because Elizondo was not telling him, what he knows, or he wanted proof of what he was saying.
Yeah,
and he threatened him with a subpoena, which I don't think happened.
No.
So he's working in the background, advising Burleson, trying to get witnesses. I think he's the one who vetted the new congressional hearing, the latest one.
Okay.
Yeah, all with right. Borland and Matthew Brown too. I think he vetted Matthew Brown. I think he's one of my favorite ones. Just he's a cool guy too.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta keep an eye on Grush.
I agree.
He might accidentally fall out of a window or something, and we got to be prepared for that.
Right. I mean, these guys are targeted, and so anyway, people should watch the Lacatski video. I mean, he's kind of I don't want to say annoying, because he's just a straight shooter, and this is why he's in the position he's in. He's only saying what he's approved to say, so that's not a whistleblower. He's talking, points, government approved points in a way. But he has told us that the U.S. government does have a flying saucer that we successfully got in to the hull, and there was nothing in there. No instruments, no engine, no fuel, nothing. But apparently it flew.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I mean, it could be consciousness then, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of... I feel like that's where the UFO discussion is going towards, is that it's all, mind based.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. And it could be because Bigelow Aerospace, we're the contractor doing OSAP. So where did he go now? What is he doing now? He's doing consciousness and the afterlife. So those two together, and there must be a reason. He found out something with Bigelow Aerospace, and now he's focusing on that, because maybe that's where we need to be headed if we want to go to the stars or really understand what this is.
It's it's scary stuff, man. Honestly, I mean, if you're looking at a computer, for instance, you can work it, right? You tap on the keys, you do yada yada yada, but consciousness, I mean, that's a whole nother game. I mean, that's really spooky stuff.
And if a lot of people are saying that consciousness is base reality, that everything around us, everything we see is consciousness and is conscious. So if that's true, then it would make sense if you want to tap that somehow, that energy that keeps everything, I guess, solidified or in order. Then that would make sense, that to amplify. And I get, and these beings, they probably work in unison with their minds in the craft, and it just goes wherever they want. They just think of it, and it boom, it goes there. I don't know, but it seems that's what's happening.
Yeah, I just it's freaky stuff, man. It's the woo woo. I mean, I love it, but it also definitely freaks me out,
and it keeps a lot of people away. The rational minds,
I mean, like,
dismiss it.
for instance, the military, they're all guns and oorah, and like I point this machine at a thing and I pull the trigger and I kill it. But what do you do when like, okay, I have to think. I have to I have to use my imagination to make this thing move or whatever.
Yeah.
You can understand why there's such a why there's such a discourse between the two.
Yeah, I get it. I really get it. And I would just tell people, if you meditate a lot and get into that world and that realm and look inside, and you'll notice that it's not all nuts and bolts. It's not all physical. And
Yeah.
I like the theory that it's mind before matter, not matter. Not that matter did not create mind. Mind created matter. And then
Right.
yeah. And we see it from ourselves as creators, as beings that create things. It all starts in our minds and then we create them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Whatever it is.
one of the things that any content creator or whatever will tell you is you have to imagine what you want before you can actually do it. You have to
Yeah.
you have to picture it in your mind.
Exactly. Yes. And that is an important thing for anything, actually. They say intent. If you want to do anything, it starts with intent first. Even just waking up in the morning. If you intend to wake up, you tell yourself, I intend to wake up at 6 a.m. A lot of times you'll wake up right before your alarm clock. Your mind just does it. And
100%.
yeah.
I'm definitely in that mind space. 100%. I always wake up 5 minutes before my alarm. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, and you probably intend to do that. You tell yourself, all right, I'm going to wake up at this time, and you do it. It is very important, and people should practice that because we do have a power. That saying, Lacatski in other interviews has said that we have not realized our potential as human beings or as sentient beings. And we hear this a lot coming up. In the Virginia case, that alien, also said the same thing, that you guys don't know your potential, and actually, that is a good intro to this. James Fox did an update with that doctor. Oh,
Good
the problem
segue.
is, yeah, good segue. The problem is, again, we're gonna have to read it because he does it in Spanish, the doctor. And basically James Fox here asks him, is like, what's your reaction? People will call you crazy. This is all crazy. And because there has been a backlash, and we played the clip last week, there was a backlash against, this is complete bullshit. The guy's lying, and all these things.
Mhm.
The normal internet trolls,
Of course. Yeah.
that come out, and that's fine.
People that say our intro song is too long.
They just want to get right into it. It's this TikTok, Instagram, sort of thing, and that's fine. If that's what people want to. They are the ones consuming our product, and you have to listen to them. That's just how it is, I would say. Because we are presenting a product, aren't we? In some way.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's listen to James Fox.
These statements of most extraordinary statements I've ever heard in my career. How would he respond to those skeptics that are thinking that he's crazy with what he's saying? Like, is he concerned about the consequences?
Tem pessoas que na internet.
All right, so now he's gonna. Yeah, maybe we should read this. I probably should slow it down.
Yeah.
If we're gonna read it,
I don't think. Okay. Anyway, he says, yeah, people will attack. They say we're crazy. We want to show off, make money. Why is he saying this now? Because now I can. When we started talking, I got to a point with him when I decided, I will say it. If there is a problem, so be it. If I said something at the time, a neurologist is already seen as half crazy, treating the crazies. If I shared my thoughts, I was the director of 3 hospitals.
Damn.
I directed the 3. Regional, Humanitas, and Bomb Pastor. I used to be more reserved. but then I got sick.
Yep.
I had prostate cancer. I got better. Then you guys came and I felt reassured. It was an alien, no doubt, no question.
Damn.
I didn't ask to see it. It was interesting, but I didn't foresee the repercussions. I looked again carefully, but with medical eyes, not with sociological eyes. He looked without judgment. That's something beautiful. We looked at each other with no judgment. There was empathy, sympathy, empathy. You may believe it or not, seeing it was important to me. I saw the immensity of this universe. We're not alone in this wonderful world. Many others may exist, and that being was proof.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell the guy saw something. Yeah, why would he make it up? And,
Yeah.
he runs 3 hospitals. This guy's not a nutcase. He doesn't need attention. He doesn't need any of these things. He's actually putting his career in jeopardy, actually. You know?
Yeah, I mean, clearly this is a... Sorry, can you hear the ice cream truck outside?
Oh, kind of. Yeah, a little. Yeah. It's all good.
Apologize about that. But clearly this guy is a professional and not some sort of wacko.
Exactly.
But it's just, it's just such a shame that, people who see UFOs immediately get labeled as wackos,
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just humans. It's humanity, and it's society and civilization. Because doesn't the allegory of the cave says a similar thing? Plato's thing, right? That guy who tells you the truth about the shadows in the cave and the people behind it get killed. No one wants to believe that. They're fine with their lies. They're okay with that paradigm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a culture that's been sculpted by. I'd argue it's been sculpted by the CIA. It's just it's been sculpted to make anyone who see a UFO or talk about aliens, we're conditioned to say, "Oh, this person's crazy."
Yeah, and their narrative is always the threat narrative, right? This threat op. I mean, that not everyone. I mean, Dark Journalist talks about it. He focuses on that a lot. Many other people. This whole focus on a threat. Oh, Tom DeLonge.
Their narrative is always so fucking stupid. Like we were talking about with the Lake Superior thing. Oh. It was a Canadian plane, and the whatever, the F-53 or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, I think it was a 51 or something like that. Yeah,
crashed in the in the lake. I mean,
right.
It's always such a stupid narrative, and people just eat it up, man. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
And I mean, going back to that, I just said that the threat narrative is an op, but is it? If we go back to these cases, but they were just in airspace, they weren't threatening anyone. We sent something threatening. So was it defending itself? Were these things defending themselves? I don't think it doesn't look like they're the aggressors. But they're out there. Someone has a program out there to make them look like they're the aggressors, and it could be this narrative pushing of like the Project Bluebeam thing, just to more excuse for more money to be dumped into these things.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I guess it's better than warring each other and killing each other, but then
barely.
It's a lie. Yeah, exactly. Barely. Because then they're still like us too. So it's the same thing. You're still going after and trying to kill sentient beings. I don't think that's a way to live, man. I really don't.
I don't either.
I mean, there's many people who say like evolution is like, oh, it's just part of evolution. Yeah, fine, but we've reached this point where now we have spiritual evolution, right? It should be a different paradigm now. We don't have to be animalistic like that anymore. I agree that at one point it made sense, right?
Sure.
But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be powerful to defend ourselves just in case.
You know, but truthfully, I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
You know, I think we are.
It seems like people are sick of it.
Most people aren't violent.
Right.
You know, and I see a lot more understanding or trying to understand people from another viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
maybe I'm not, maybe
No,
I'm
you're right.
naive, but I feel like that's
where it's trending. Yeah, it is definitely trending that way, which is great to see. They're still a small minority, but they are the powerful ones. A small minority that just keep pushing these narratives of just more violence and more violence and more violence, and that's the only solution we have to anything.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre, and you did mention because it makes a lot of money. Yes, it is so profitable, and no one even bats an eye when it comes to budgets about violence. Like, oh yeah, we need to be defended. You know, no one even bats an eye. Like, does anyone argue about like the defense budget? And if they do, I mean, I remember
Eisenhower did.
Yeah,
on his way out. I think JFK
Right.
did too, and they killed them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just too profitable, and I guess it has made us advance in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Right? If we didn't have that excuse, we wouldn't have dumped all that money into all this research and got us here. But we're so much in debt, and then we're just ruled by now mobsters who are using these technologies to rule the world, which is highly disturbing because I'm sure that wasn't the original intent. The original intent was to defend ourselves, defend humanity, bring us up, up a level.
I don't even know, man. I just finished reading The Running Man by Stephen King.
Oh, you read it? Cool.
Yeah, those of you who have seen, I mean, I know it's in theaters right now, but there was also an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, a new Running Man?
Yeah, it's in theaters right now. There was also an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in the
That's what I watched.
The
Yeah.
80s. It's
Yeah, I
nothing
watched
like the book. The book is, oh my god, it's sticking with me because of how bleak it is. But
Really?
really what it comes down to, I
Mhm.
mean, even in that book, whenever Stephen King wrote it, I think it was in the 80s, I think.
Oh, it's a King book. Cool. I did not know that. I thought
He
it was
wrote
gonna be
it.
like
He wrote
Philip
it
K. Dick or
under.
something.
He wrote it under a pseudonym, so it's gonna say it's under. I don't even know what the pseudonym. Anyway, the whole point of the thing, the whole point of the book is the elite versus everybody else. That's really
Which is like Hunger's Game.
Yeah.
So,
It's just like everything. I mean, this
Yeah.
this
So
whole
true.
thing about the rich and powerful versus everybody else. I mean, we talk about this on the show a lot. But I mean, this is what life comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like when I used to watch when I used to watch like TV, a while ago, and even these reality TV shows where like The Voice or like that's what that feels the same way too. It's like these elites sitting here while everyone's it's like I don't know. I can't really explain it. I mean, they're not humiliating themselves, but they're all like saying, please me, kind of thing. Yes, you. And
yeah, I mean,
it's just like, oh man,
that's exactly. See, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. That's what The Running Man is about.
Man, yeah,
you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. Yeah,
and that's why I hate those shows.
Yeah, I can't. I don't watch any of those. I can't watch any reality TV. To be honest,
it's just too cringe, right? It's people who are desperate to be famous and get money and do anything for it.
Yeah.
And this Mr. Beast guy doesn't help because he really pushes that to the yeah.
He is a stain on the world.
Of course, his name's Beast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's gonna have that name. That's not a coincidence. Well, yeah, cool. Another this happened in Brazil. This is last month. Blue Rod
nice.
UFO. Yeah, this is from Red Panda. I guess
Hey,
Yeah, he
The
should
guy
be
will
next
eventually
week.
get on our show.
Eventually, yeah, we're hoping next week. We're fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So let's watch this. It's a blue cigar-shaped object in the skies of Brazil. Yes. There it is.
Oh.
What the hell? Can we get some translation here? Look at it, just like glowing.
Yeah, what? That is wild.
Yeah.
That's obviously a balloon.
Yeah, it's definitely a balloon.
Yeah.
Glowing blue balloon.
Man, that is crazy. I had not seen this.
And it's far up there. Look at that, because when you zoom out,
yeah.
I would say that's a few thousand feet up there.
Huh.
Interesting, huh?
Very interesting. Yeah.
So you're going to Colombia soon. I mean, I would, if I were you, just constantly go to the sky, because I think South
Trust
America
me,
gets
I will be. I think. Did we end up playing the clip?
Yes, we did.
So for our listeners, my brother lives in Colombia, and he's seen a lot of UFOs, and he always sends me the footage.
So
and
cool.
I think we played one of his clips. Man, I'm just flabbergasted. That is wild.
Yeah, I love it.
We played one of his clips on one of our episodes, probably, I don't know, 3-4 episodes ago, I think.
Yeah, around 3-4 episodes.
Yeah. So trust me, when I go, I'm going in December. I'll be spending all night looking at the sky, and all day probably.
I mean, I'm convinced it's because we don't shoot these things down, and that's why they're so active over South America. And just right, and we're too hostile to these things.
South America and Central America, they have a much different approach to UFOs. They they don't have this aggression towards them.
No, they don't. And there's that city in Mexico that they believe they're being protected by a UFO base, alien base in the ocean. So they're not worried about hurricanes ever, even when they're getting warnings. Like, yeah, we don't care. We're protected by that base, and they're right. Nothing's happened to that city. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, Brazil, like, they have crazy UFO stories. I love South America UFO stories because they're completely nuts.
They are completely nuts.
Picked up by like fish hooks and stuff. I mean, it is wild.
I saw this week something about Elizondo that he was invited to a Brazil archaeological dig, and it was a UFO. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's where the what's it called? The tridactyl, like the 3-fingered.
Oh yeah, Peru.
Yeah, I mean, that's out of South America.
Right. Exactly. So it's like more ingrained in their culture than here. Native Americans, they talk about the ant beings. They've talked about star beings as well.
That's true.
Yeah. Arizona. What's the Arizona tribe? Oh, I forgot what the tribe in Arizona is. But yeah, I mean, they're the other ones called as star beings, and then of course ant people. The Hopi was the ant people. Yeah, they have cool stories. Of course, Sasquatch comes from there as well.
Yeah.
He's another government-approved talking point that interdimensional beings. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying Luna. I don't know why I can't trust her.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think it's just any talking point that comes from the government, you have to like raise an eyebrow at,
Yeah.
Because it is, at the end of the day, it is the government. They're not going to tell us the truth.
Right. And she knows only what the government's allowed to tell her. So we know she doesn't have the right clearances. She said it before in the past. They've all said it in the past, when they tried to have clearances. Or in the skiff, they'll say, you guys, we'll tell you some stuff, but there's a lot. Sorry, we cannot tell you unless you know the specific name, specific project, and you can't know that unless you're in the know. So it's just a run around that happens. And she's been pushing this interdimensional thing for a while. And she's pushing also the Book of Enoch, which I've noticed that our government representative always try to keep it, always try to frame it in a religious way.
Yeah, it's a really interesting, viewpoint to push, which is,
angels, demons. Read the book of Enoch, and yes, fine, there are some truths in there, but it's still from a perspective of humanity that does not have the perspective we have through technology and what can be done with technology. So yes, while I respect what's in the Bible, what's in these religious books, and India and Tibet and Enoch as well, it doesn't mean that it's the same hierarchy we've seen, because they all have different ways of seeing this, right? Buddha and so it's not just one way. We can't see, this proves then the Christian God and the Jewish God's right, and no, see, that's we can't pigeonhole ourselves there. We just stay open-minded.
It really, like the more they talk, the more it seems like they're gearing towards Project Blue Book, right?
Yep. Bluebeam. Yeah, agreed.
Or sorry, Bluebeam. Yes. Yeah.
And you should be careful. If Avilob gets $1 billion, for sure, officially, we're gonna have larger Bluebeam.
Yeah.
And they'll use him and his projects, and he will make it that his Messiah has arrived, and now we can build the third temple, and now Greater Israel can rule over the world.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we need.
Finally ordained, actually. I mean, they're losing it. Have you seen them this week with this infighting with the GOP? They are just losing it. So could you imagine something like the UFO subject, if leaked, it will destroy their, all that, their books and their stories, and
no, darn.
Out there sorry, thank you for the comments out there that say what. I was like, wait a minute, do I say a lot? So now I'm conscious about it, you bastards. It might be a good thing though, because we want to improve.
What? Stop. We have to stop reading comments.
All right, fine. Okay. I mean, what if it's good feedback though? That's all I'm looking for. I need the feedback, because
is it ever good feedback?
Maybe
that's actually yes. Okay. We have gotten a lot of good feedback, but
I guess we have maybe polls. Then we can just do polls, and I'll ignore comments. We'll do polls every month, and how can we improve? And please be honest. We'll still get trolls there though.
Yeah. Hey, listener, just FYI, the only comments I read are the ones that Adam sends me, and also I don't check my Twitter. So have fun with that.
Oh my god. Well, good to know. Thank you for letting them know. All right, so let's listen to Luna here, and let's see what she tells us. What she thinks is going on.
I want to hear what a government official has to say.
Right.
We're on the record talking about, quote, non-human life forms that could be interdimensional beings who are visiting us. Can you just explain more to people at home what that might mean?
Yeah, so that's definitely a mouthful, but that is directly based on information that we've received from witnesses, also information that we have obtained and witnessed via our investigations. There's some stuff that I can't disclose of what I have immediately seen in some of these skiffs, but what I will tell you is this is not just some crazy conspiracy theory. Obviously, there's been massive reporting, not just in the United States, but around the world. And this is something that I think everyone kind of, has always had some curiosity about. We're just simply asking the questions.
Yeah, and it feels like we're building towards some sort of disclosure. I know many people are hoping that Donald Trump is president and that he's ultimately the person that allows that to happen. We're on the record talking about...
Yeah, also this is Newsmax, which is just got like an award from the ZOA. So I don't know what's going on, but it feels like they're going to merge these two narratives. We have Trump in power, Rubio.
You would think
disclosure things coming out. I don't know.
You would think Trump would be the one to blab about UFO stuff,
Yeah, probably, and he would be the one to do it, and he has blabbered before, and apparently he has been read in. Him and Vance have been read in. Apparently, is what they're saying.
Yeah, but
the thing is, he just listens. He listens to anyone around him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He says whatever the last guy told him in his ear.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if they tell him, listen, these are the Elohim, the ones that brought us the Torah and the Bible, and we need to build the third temple. He'll be like, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And he'll go with that narrative.
Yeah. No, you're right on point there. He does tend to just whatever the last person told him, that's what he goes with.
Especially if they're Israeli.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
There is a really cool video from I don't know where South Villano is. Would that be Italy?
It sounds like Italy. What's the? Oh, there's no see more.
Yeah.
I can Google it really quick.
Okay. But yeah, there's 3 orbs that were caught on a live camera. There were several helicopters flying around. All right, people say, fine, fair enough. Flares and naval gunfire. Stop wasting our time. People aren't happy with this. All right, so maybe it's BS. I remember when I saw them, they just turned on.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. But are they moving in and out of the water? Is what the guy is saying.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of Googling. Villano Bikes is the first one that pops up. I think it's in California.
Oh, really?
Villano Beach, Florida.
South Villano. South Point Verde Surf. Oh, surf. Could be California.
South Villano.
They are weird.
South Villano Beach, a quiet coastal community near St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida. Well, Florida has a lot of activity.
Yes, it does. Interesting.
Oops. We need to hear the waves. Not many people watching. It's like 7. It's crazy. Who watches all these to find something?
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
You gotta love these people.
But I mean, we've got that guy who always has a telescope pointed at the moon.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, good for them, though.
Yeah, and that guy who also captures those objects in space. What's his name? John Walton Wilson, something like that on YouTube. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't look too anomalous, to be fair. Right?
Is it these 2 giant orbs?
Yeah. There's 3 of them. But these are going in unison. These 2.
I mean, this is pretty cool footage.
Yeah.
And then they slowly blink out. Oh,
right.
Wow. Do you think that's one giant craft?
Imagine. I mean, it could be. Like the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah, or the T3RB or whatever the hell it's called.
Well, this would be a big one.
Right.
Just moving away, you're saying?
Yeah.
And now...
Huh. I mean, this is I think this is really cool footage. I don't know how to explain this. I mean, what's the
they're saying it's helicopters.
Huh.
And now another one came up.
Yeah.
So why would a helicopter blink out though? They don't.
Right.
Helicopters don't blink out.
Yeah.
And they have FAA lights from
exactly, which these don't. Yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool footage.
Yeah. So of course there's always the people that dunk on it, and the internet has a lot of these people.
And
they're paid to do it too.
I was gonna say, if you look at their paychecks, I'd be really surprised as to see who they're paid by.
Look, I just blinked out.
Yeah.
I mean, and flares don't just blink out like that. Where's the smoke of the flare?
What the hell? No, that's not a flare. No, that's not how flares act. Very cool footage.
Yeah,
man,
Florida, man.
That is interesting. That is really interesting. I don't know what to make of that.
Hey, are there any?
What do the comments say? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, so the comments. So this one might be legit. Oh, this is another one he's showing. Lights illuminate in short, irregular intervals, ruling out common aircraft. Exactly. And irregular flickering, not regular strobing, aligns with known patterns seen by Chris Bledsoe and Ranger H338. But of course, here are these guys.
So that guy's saying those are airplanes?
The first guy?
No, the second one.
Yeah, he's saying they're helicopters.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
We know that's not how helicopters operate. So,
and And this, especially Florida, the coast of Florida, and this country, we have very busy airspace. You're going to find something anywhere you are, and you can just say it's them. These helicopters also could have reacted to those orbs.
Yeah, I suppose.
Flares and naval gunfire. You can hear the explosions.
Come on, man.
Those are sounds of waves, bro. Yeah, people can't handle it.
Yeah. Well, and,
25.
Like you said, I think there's a lot of people that are paid to make comments, stupid ass comments like that.
Yeah, we just funded the military $1 trillion. Just imagine having a budget of $100 million for these people or bots or whatever.
Yeah, I'll never forget. So I use Reddit, as I've mentioned on many other episodes, and Reddit used to have this thing where it the most popular city, like where are the most users coming from?
Sorry, yeah.
And there was one time, and they canceled it soon after. The most popular city using Reddit today is a military base in Texas, and then they immediately stopped doing that because obviously
Look at that.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that is something else.
The way they move up together like that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We've seen that before from the NASA footage from space, those leaked ones, how they just go into formation and move together. I mean,
yep.
It's not like it doesn't happen. And the 3 orbs thing is well known. What's his name? Dr. Patrick Johnson or something? Jackson. Yeah, he wrote a book about it. And speaking about orbs, I just wanted to bring up the Fukushima incident.
Oh, nice.
These orbs came in and during the meltdown, and the radiation went down after they left.
We've covered this on the show many, many times, but the aliens or UFOs or whatever, they only seem to care about us when we're dealing with nuclear technology.
Exactly. And that's when it really started in the 40s.
Yeah.
When we started enriching uranium and using uranium, it's like they want to contain it. So it is some part of the UAP subject does look like it's a land management system where it is just making sure Earth is okay, that Earth doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, the pilots that flew, what was it, Big Boy and Little Boy? Were the two?
Yeah. Little Boy and Fat Man. Right.
Fat Man, that's what it was. Yeah, the nukes that were dropped on Japan, the pilots reported seeing orbs flying around their planes as they were, delivering the payloads, which is just wild to me.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they followed it back to Roswell where they came from, because that's where the nukes were. Whoa, look at that one.
Wow.
So Japan does have a lot of UFO activity in general, but Fukushima, when the meltdown started,
look at that, man!
They just swarmed it.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I just rewatched. Shoot, what was the one in Russia called?
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
I just rewatched that show. I'm gonna think of it here in just a minute.
It's the nuclear meltdown, right?
Yeah. And man, is that show good?
Chernobyl.
Thank you.
Is that a good show?
Very, very, very good show. But no mention of UAPs, of course.
Of course. Yeah. I don't know why they leave that stuff out. They just put a little hint in it. People will be more interested. Even like Christopher Nolan, when he makes his movies, like Oppenheimer, he could have put a little hint in there.
No,
just a little one.
I remember when that movie came out and we talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
there's no way. There's absolutely no way they're going to talk about that. But
I mean, it could have been just a little hint, like something most people won't realize, but it could have ruined the movie. Who knows? They could have smeared it. He thinks UFOs are. Right.
That's always how it goes. But honestly, Chernobyl, very, very good show. I highly recommend it.
Oh, cool. All right. Is that on Prime?
It's on HBO.
Oh, so it should be good then. That's where I saw it. It's they're raising their prices, the bastards. They're all raising prices.
God, Amazon actually is really pissing me off. I'm thinking about canceling because they're raising their price, and also they're putting ads in fucking
Yes.
everything.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
But that means you won't have Prime, as in the shipping, right? Because does this come with the whole shipping thing?
I never buy anything on Amazon. So who gives a
Okay, I
shit?
didn't know that. Okay, yeah, no, we do.
So this is still from the new Star Wars movie, right?
This is 3-Eye Atlas. Apparently, it's got 3 different jets coming out of it. This is from left to right. Here is Sol, which is the sun. So the sun, solar winds are going this way, but then we have different streams or jets coming out of it. So it's still being strange, this object. Although it looks natural, but it really is just a very strange object doing things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, super cool. Hopefully it doesn't stop, turn around, and come back. Otherwise, we'll all freak out. But it does seem to be just an normal comet or asteroid or other celestial being. It's not. It's doing weird stuff, but not weird enough to cause us to panic.
Yeah, and it's interstellar, and that's why it's so weird. It doesn't come from our solar system; it comes from outside our solar system. It is truly alien, and probably went through processes that science still has to understand. We don't know everything, especially not about space. Space is just so vast and so diverse, and so much going on. We just don't know everything out there. So it's good to study these things. And that's what it probably is. Yes, there are anomalies. Yes, there are just some weird things with it. And how did it just come into the inner solar system like that? And going by Mars. So we'll see if it turns around. Oh, someone said there's a new there's a new Star Trek show, apparently. I don't know. But I forgot.
I'm not a Star Trek guy, so I can't help you out here.
But I heard on a podcast that someone said the latest show was about an alien civilization that would disguise things in comets and asteroids. So what? It's weird. Hollywood does this a lot, where everything is in unison. Messaging is in unison.
I mean, if anyone who's a fan of The Expanse, like I am, huge fan of the books and the TV show, kind of not really. I mean, it's a similar premise, kind of. Something from outside our solar system, gets in our solar system,
right?
And the whole. That's too much to explain, but that's what the major theme is of what the books and the show are about, are trying to control this thing that's from outside of our solar system.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's done now, though, right?
It's done kind of. If you've read the books, the last 3 take place like 30 years after the first 6, and there might be more coming. We're kind of all just sitting and waiting to see what they're gonna do.
Okay.
So the show is kind of done, but they might do more. It's weird.
I mean, if there's still that interest there, why not?
Yeah, it got canceled and then picked up by Amazon because Bezos was a huge fan of the books. We'll see. I mean, I love that show, and the books are really good. I highly recommend.
I mean, Bezos has a very close connection to this subject, through his father.
Yeah, he technically went to space, right?
Well, his father was DARPA, and he was part of a lot of this research.
But I mean, remember there was that thing where all the billionaires are trying to go to space. I think.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Right.
And
yes.
He got like into the upper atmosphere.
Exactly.
Think.
Low Earth orbit. It's not really space.
Yeah.
These are all low Earth orbit, actually, and it doesn't help the guys who say that we're quarantined here and that.
Yeah, that was like during COVID too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We were all told to not leave our homes, and meanwhile, these assholes are going to space.
I know. It was so COVID was so frustrating. All right,
Yeah.
so moving on,
Let's move on
to some geopolitics.
Oh,
We're gonna
great.
get in trouble here, but we have to talk about it because everyone is talking about it now. We're not the only ones talking about these things like we were in the past. We were part of very few.
Israel.
Trying to figure out. Yes,
Israel is now pushing for an unprecedented 20-year military aid deal with the U.S., double the length of every previous MOU, and reshaping the package with America First language to secure Trump's support, according to Axios. Key points: the current 10-year, $38 billion aid framework signed under Obama expires in 2028.
Uh-oh.
Israel wants the next deal finalized within the next year. Earlier MOUs were 10-year packages worth $21.3 billion in 1998 and $32 billion in 2008 and $38 billion in 2016. Biden already approved additional billions for Israel during the Gaza war. What Israel is proposing now: 1. Extend the government to 20 years, taking U.S. commitments through Israel's 100th anniversary in 2048. Number 2.
20 years. What is that? So that's $80 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot. Number 2. Rebrand part of the aid as joint U.S.-Israel R&D on defense tech, military AI, and the Golden Dome project, so it can be sold as benefiting the U.S. military, not just Israel.
Oh, thanks, guys. Wow,
Yeah, they're really helping us out there.
We're so lucky. What would we do without you?
This structure is explicitly designed to align with Trump's "quote unquote" America First,
right? Because America First is Israel first. That's
right.
Why.
Yeah, exactly. Because that makes so much sense. It aligns with his stupid ass rhetoric and diffused MAGA resistance to foreign aid.
Sure, that's going to work. Yeah.
The push comes at a moment when Trump is facing intense political pressure due to the release of the new Epstein files, while simultaneously trying to maintain support among both pro-Israel Republicans and anti-foreign aid base. Locking in a long-term deal now would give Israel insurance through a volatile political period in Washington. The White House declined.
My goodness. I mean, it's like if this really goes on, especially the whole R&D thing, that's like that is like a transfer of technology. That's what it is. It's basically a technology transfer agreement so they can quote unquote stand on their own after 20 years. And after 20 years, who knows where we'll be at if they're still extracting all this, aid from us. And it's not going to be just this agreement. They'll have some wars that we have to send troops there. Okay, not troops, but maybe aircraft carriers and missiles and
man,
systems.
Adam, it's America First.
It is, yeah. Israel first is America first, as they like to tell you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Man, so many people are sick of this, and the important people are sick of it. It's just the loudest ones are the most connected and most powerful, and there are a small minority.
Yeah, man.
MAGA is MAGA.
It is sickening. I mean,
like enough. I mean, look at this. Why can't we focus on our country? Just give us 10 years.
Well, because
hold up.
We're compromised.
Oh, just hold up.
I'm glad that the American people are starting to wake up and realize like how ridiculous something like this.
I mean, the richer we are, the better for them, isn't it?
Right. But the thing is, and it's just like the congressman out of Kentucky said they all have Massey. They all have an Israel guy, right?
Right.
Except for him. I mean,
except him and MTG apparently.
Yeah, we're compromised. And she just got, just got lambasted by Trump also.
Yes. So he's going after Massey and MTG, the two representatives that don't take AIPAC money and that are America only, right? It's just bizarre behavior. Everyone sees through it. It took him 10 months to destroy this coalition. The only people in his administration who are doing what they asked or what they promised are RFK and Tulsi, who are basically ex-Democrats.
Yeah.
Everyone else just did an about face of the American people and are just giving 100% attention, money, and everything towards a foreign country, which is driving people like Tucker and others like him crazy, which are even making the other side, pro-Israel side, even more crazy. The stuff they're saying is like they just want to cancel everyone, telling us to shut up. You know, you guys are just a bunch of Jew haters and Nazis.
Anti-Semite is the thing they're using now. I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
I don't get it. I mean, I do, but come on, wake up, you guys, out of it. Just wake up. It's not helping this country. This country goes down unless that's the purpose. Who's going to support them, right? Like, who's next? We're going to jump on China? I don't think so. I'll show you a clip. China is very awake to all this, and I don't think they're planning on it. Maybe India might help them out, but India's not a superpower.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Well, Roseanne Barr said that yesterday. She said, "You guys better be careful, or we're just going to go to India, and India will be." I'm like, shut up. And you sent me this, which kind of is in the theme.
Yeah,
it's a really, really long article, but it's really good, well written, well researched, and disturbing.
I mean, just long story short, we just talked about it. Who's running the country? Who's in charge of all of these big companies that are buying up land and buying up houses?
Right, like BlackRock. Yeah,
you know who it is.
Right, exactly.
We're not allowed to say it because we'll get canceled if we do.
But this is crazy because they made a lot of their money from settlements in Israel, from projects with settlements over there, and then they took that experience and money and started buying up properties here in the U.S. And they would go in, and they're not the only ones who do this. I have to look. The management where I'm at did something very similar, but they'd come in using any excuse to raise rent to get rid of people.
Yep.
Right. And that's what these guys are doing. They would come in and say, "Oh, we're fixing this. So we're putting up the rent by like $400 a month." And a lot of people can't handle that quick change like that and would get evicted. So they're not the only ones that do this. It just sucks that they made their money off of settlements and now are using that to make more profit on Americans.
Yep.
So it's an Israeli company doing
You're not supposed to say that part.
Well, what's scary is what if they start, because now it becomes a privacy issue, and then what if they're looking at your social media and traffic and say, well, these guys, let's evict these anti.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What if? I mean,
well, I don't see like a real estate company. They could, in theory, but I
already think they do.
When you apply, they'll go check your social media and they'll see like you criticize Israel and like, oh, you're not allowed in our community.
Yeah, no, I totally think I totally think that's the thing they do. Yeah,
man. All right, that is disturbing, but it's a good read. This is kind of crazy. He is Xi Jinping's top advisor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, he's talking about the English, he's talking to England here and the UK. It's really funny. And I've seen other people like him talk about like the history of China. Yeah, so let's take a listen.
In UK's media constantly talking about China threatening UK. Fuck off, you are nothing. Okay, China is way ahead of you. You are not even considered a competitor to China. And all your English-speaking countries, you are completely controlled by Zionists. Your media is controlled by Zionists. Your economy, finance is all controlled by Zionists, like United States. The real competition is not between China and United States. The real competition is China and Zionist.
Oh, God.
Zionist wants to control China. In this world, only a few countries like North Korea, Cuba, China, Iran, these kind of socialism countries that cannot be manipulated by Zionists. The Zionist power is all over the English-speaking countries. All your English-speaking media is fully propaganda. And UK, please, don't put gold on your face. You are nothing. Get over yourself. The United States has been on your neck for the last decades. You are a fallen empire for 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Get over yourself. Who the fuck you think you are?
That was hilarious. Buddha Wang.
I have a hard time disagreeing with what this guy is saying.
Yeah, exactly. And it is. So it's weird because you see these articles in the Forward and other Israeli media, opinion, of course. I think we've talked about them on the show. Is that
Sure.
is our future with China? I don't know. He's not the only one who's like this. Is a lot. It doesn't mean they won't try.
I don't think it might be like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of deal, but I don't see us ever getting in bed with China. I don't know. I mean, we're already entrenched in the Zionist takeover, kind of like he said.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he said the media, and that is powerful enough. Now you're not allowed to say that in this new environment.
You are not allowed to say that.
No. Yeah,
I remember distinctly 2016 when Trump was running the first time. There was a guy on Reddit who posted who owns all the media companies and where they're from.
Yeah,
and that guy got taken down pretty hard. I won't say what happened. I won't say where those people were from. But you can look it up for yourself. It was it was a crazy time.
Yeah, and they are losing their minds. I'm going to show you a clip from the World. This is from this week. The World Jewish Congress, and
good.
They want to.
We are like just dead set on getting this episode canceled. I love it.
All right. Well, I think it's important. This will be the last one. This will be the last one.
No, I agree. We should be sharing this, but also, we're gonna get bagged here anytime soon.
It's just crazy because it's just criticism. No one wants to kill anyone. No one wants another Holocaust. No one's talking about that, man. It's so stupid.
Right.
And that's how they're acting. That's how they're reacting.
And again, we've said this on the show before. Like, we don't have anything against Jewish people.
Of course not.
We don't like the Israeli government. That's all it is.
Yeah, and how it's a parasite on this, especially when we really need to take care of ourselves now. We're not what we used to be. We're in really bad shape, and it's not just a perception thing. It's bad. Like, I can just go through so much. But anyway, listen to Lauder here talking about what's going on with Tucker and these things, and
wonderful.
They're losing it, man. They're losing it.
But Jewish schools are not enough. The entire education system in this country, from K through 12 and colleges, must be reformed. Laws must be passed that will focus on three things: no racism, no anti-Semitism, and no anti-Western civilization should be taught here. I need to remind you that anti-Semitism is not new. Even here in the United States, it's just that we haven't seen it in 3 generations. But in the 1930s, there was a strong, vocal, and even pro-Nazi movement that captured the public attention with famous names like Charles Lindbergh.
Oh, please.
And Father Conklin, the radio priest with millions of listeners who attacked us every single day. Father Conklin was the Tucker Carlson of the 1930s, and radio was the TikTok and YouTube of the era. Henry Ford, the industrialist and multimillionaire, was another anti-Semitine. Even President Roosevelt, who was seen as an ally of the Jewish people, closed Americans' doors to Jews in Europe who were desperate to find any country that would take them in. Today, we see a similar pattern playing right in front of our eyes. Big names with millions of followers are using the same old lies that Jews control the government, the media, our nation's foreign policies. The same lies our parents and grandparents heard, only now it's been adopted by young people who've been indoctrinated in this. We must retake our schools. It's only a question of money, laws. We lost one generation that's been brainwashed.
Oh God, yeah. So just throw more money at it, and he's saying it's a lie. So in the same sentence, he says it's a lie that we control, blah blah blah. But then he wants to censor and throw money at and whatever. So in the same sentence, we have no power, but then we actually have the power.
Yeah, I mean, I'm disgusted by the fact that, talking about, education, that's really messed up.
Right. That's all we. Yeah. Our education system is like dead last now, or something. It's pretty bad, right, compared to Europe and the rest of the Western.
Right.
World.
But what he's saying is we need to teach more anti-Semitic.
Right.
Sorry, we need to teach more. I don't know what the term is. We need to be more anti-Jewish in schools. Whereas, I don't know. I mean, I went to school. Like I said earlier, I'm 34 years old. I was in school from 2000, late 1990s to the early 2000s, and there was nothing ever in there that was like, "Oh, hate the Jews." We learned about the Holocaust. We learned about World War II.
I mean, it's history, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing in there that would ever make you, question how terrible the Germans were.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're saying these days that kids have been indoctrinated into anti-Western. Now, some colleges and some universities do teach that anti-Western stuff and socialism and communism. That's true. But I wouldn't say that they're being taught to hate Israel or anything. I mean, to hate Jews. Israel's a different thing. I know they call it the Jewish homeland, but still, there's many Jews who say that Israel does not speak for us. Like someone like Ben Gvir and Smotrich. Have you listened to those guys? Like how racist and disgusting they are. Like it's just supremacist. Yeah, well, and they run the Israeli government, and it does not go with Western civilization. Tucker talks about this. He says that their actions, and it has nothing to do with our morals. Western civilization doesn't see people as tribes or different separate groups. We see them as individuals, right? But yeah, anyway, we can move on to that. And I wanted to share this, which I think is funny. Space Weatherman, Weather News, I mean, he put a quick video together about the sun cycle and basically the mini nova that's going to come soon.
Awesome.
The reset that happens to this realm or reality that we have, and we might be just reaching that time. 2030, 40, I don't know. It's a cool video he put together. It's less than 2 minutes. Oh my god, so scary. The pole flip.
I'm assuming that's based on. So I was reading this article at work. Actually, NASA actually caught a supernova, like on I don't know if camera is the right word.
It was last week. We had 3 geomagnetic storms or CMEs that headed to Earth, and they knocked out power in Africa and some parts of Europe. But
no. I'm talking about a star exploding. They got it on. Again, I don't know if film is the right word, but they got it on film using the new telescope.
Oh, cool! No, I didn't see that. It was a supernova.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's what this is based on. Because
this is micronova that happens every 12,000 years, and it does a pole flip.
Yeah, I've seen, again, to bring up the Y-Files. Man, I love his show.
He covers him.
Yeah,
it's this guy who he covers. He's the best researcher out there. Definitely, he's really good. If you guys don't follow Space Weatherman, definitely do on YouTube. He's good on X as well, but.
And also follow Hecklefish.
Yes, follow Hecklefish. We'll put him in the show notes.
Love me some Hecklefish. So is that it? Is that all we got?
Yeah, we're at 2 hours.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all so much for sticking with us for these past 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you can, like and subscribe. I hate that phrase, but it does.
You have
help.
to say it. Yeah,
you have to say it. It helps with the algorithm and all that shit.
Right, and only 1% of people that watch like the show. Maybe that's only who likes the show. But I've looked at other shows, and that's just a trend. People like to watch, and they're not very generous with their likes, which most people are like that.
Yeah,
I would say.
But
for those who need to a reminder, yeah,
it's fine. And leave us some mean comments so we can change the show even more.
Yes, we love the mean comments. Keep them coming. At least we'll filter them and see which ones do make sense. Like the what ones. I don't care about those because I'm still saying
I didn't even you didn't send me any of those comments, so I don't know.
Oh, because that's the one I did an interview alone with the researcher, the military, the secret military researcher. So they're under those, which means it's me saying it, not you. So yeah.
Well, that's good that I was not, a part of it,
Yeah, like
Yeah, you know what I mean?
How I mean?
We changed the intro song just for whoever you are.
We did. We actually did. But for the outro, we have some really nice songs. You didn't send me the file of the latest one, so we can play it next week. But I'll play one that everyone loved this week.
No, I totally hold on. I totally.
Well, I can't set it up now. It'll take too long.
Oh man, because I really like the one that was like you were like.
Yeah, he sent this. He sent the Suno.
Yes.
I mean, we can do that.
The one that was you said it reminded you of a European band
of Keen. I think they're British.
British, sure.
That reminds me of. I mean, I can just play the Suno clip. You see,
go ahead. Because I actually really like that song.
So let's close out with that.
This has been the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. That is I Have a Need to Know, Adam.
Yes, everybody, please share the show. Let everyone know what we're all about here. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Our global audience around the world, especially the United States and the UK and the Five Eyes and the Netherlands. Hello, Netherlands. There's a lot of you out there listening to us. Now, other than that, you guys can find us on you probably found us on the big platforms, which is fine, but they censor us sometimes. So it's good to know that we're on the non-censorable platforms like Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble as well. When it comes to podcasts, we have an RSS that you can put into any app, like what is it called? Podcast Addict. They're a good one. They don't censor like all these independent ones. You can just grab our RSS and then put it in there. But we should be on everywhere. So yes, thank you for listening to us. Make sure to share and like our content. Let us know how we're doing. See, we do listen and we react to it. So,
unfortunately, so.
Right. So I'm going to play the latest song you have created.
I'm TikTok Topher, by the way. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, so this was called An Open Mind. I really love it. It's got a very cool, what's the genre? It's like a British rock, but not punk rock, though.
It's funny because if you listen to it, the vocals change like towards the end, like it goes from American to British.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, anyway, thanks, guys. That's TikTok Topher. I have a need to know Adam. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all next week. Yeah.